Hello, everybody. It's been interesting watching De'Anthony Melton playing point guard and starting to develop some chemistry with Trayce Jackson-Davis. This play looks like a straight pick and roll. Detroit is playing ice defense, which forces the ball handler away from the middle screen and tries to force them into the dropped back help big. Anthony Melton embraces the ice and attacks right away. Trayce immediately starts his roll. This is the opposite side, man closest to the basket, so he's responsible for helping. The weak side low man does step in to help on Trayce's roll, but this guy's small, and with the right lob, Trayce could jump over him and dunk it. De'Anthony gets stuck halfway between throwing a lob to TJD or throwing a pass to the open man in the corner, and instead he throws this dying quail of a pass, which is intercepted. And on the broadcast, you can hear De'Anthony's heart-rending scream. Okay, De'Anthony gets a second chance. Trayce sets the screen. The defender mushing himself into the screen to try to force De'Anthony Melton away from the screen into the waiting arms of his big, Jalen Duren. But De'Anthony Melton says, "You can't keep me out of the middle," and he just bullies his way through. De'Anthony Melton is keeping his defender on his back. Trayce Jackson-Davis rolling to the basket. This big man has to contain Melton while also deterring the lob to Trayce Jackson-Davis. Remember last time, this weak side low man rotated in to help defend the roll. I like what Lindy does here. Instead of just spotting up in the corner, he lifts up to the wing. His defender has to follow him, which means Trayce can roll unabated to the basket. This center steps up too much and leaves open this lob. Kaboom. I really like this play. Trayce with the ball up top. This looks like a zoom action where De'Anthony is going to set a screen for Moses, who'll get a dribble handoff, but surprise, it's going to turn into a handoff for Melton. What I love about this is the last couple of plays, we had the shooter in the corner here, and his defender would step into the paint to try to defend against the roll. But now we took care of that by just not having anyone in this corner. So now it's just a 2-on-2 over here. This dribble handoff turns into an instant pick and roll. Duren has shown a vulnerability to being lobbed because he just can't help stepping up and staying too close to the driver. Trayce has a free roll to the basket. Bong. And we'll let Trayce have the final word on this.
Honestly, today was really the first day where me and Melt kind of started to get something going on the pick and rolls. He was looking for me a few times, and I got a few easy buckets, a few lobs from him. And so those are things that are just going to develop with time. I feel like today, Duren kind of got over a little bit too far, and then Melt was putting pressure on them, and he was just trying to make the right read.
Okay, I can't resist talking about one more play. This is a fast break with 4 Pistons attacking Trayce and JK. The Warriors staff asked Trayce to improve his defensive communication, and he is doing it. I love this. Trayce is using arm motions and mouth motions to tell JK that he should cover this man, that Trayce can cover the ball. Lots and lots of pointing. So JK does step over. So when this pass comes over, Beasley doesn't have an open 3. So he passes it into the middle. Trayce has not stopped running. He's caught up to defend the paint. Whack. Beautiful block. And then he manages to somehow land and be ready for a second leap. There was a lot of contact there. You can see both players think they were fouled on that. Lindy kicking it ahead. This defender has to guard JK and BP. Whenever you've got a 2-on-1, 2 players need to separate and force the man to choose. So JK cuts behind Beasley and even throws up an alley-oop signal. De'Anthony, make my dreams come true. Sorry, De'Anthony is busy making Brandin's dreams come true. Trayce Jackson-Davis throwing up the 3 celebration. You can see his technique. It's not the 3-gun technique, which really looks a lot more like a gun, but this is more of a European hand-counting 3. They all work. This one looks great. And Brandin Podziemski showing his affection in the age-old way of the American male, using light violence. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And if you didn't enjoy this video, I promise I'll do better next time.